Hey guys, and welcome to Hook and Harvest Homestead. I'm Miranda, and I wanted to come on here and do a long form video about what I'm going to be growing in my 2026 garden. I normally just do shorts, and those are great and all, but sometimes you don't get all the details that I want to get across on this channel. So that's what we're going to do today. I started gardening last year. My fiance and I bought a house, and there is a little tiny patch of land or yard really in the backyard that was the previous owner's bird and flower garden. Well, I'm not too into flowers, and I just kind of didn't want to deal with all the birds. So we ripped all those flowers out and moved them to our front flower bed, and we laid down landscaping, black tarp, and last year I had my first garden. First garden was a success. I do have a lot of shorts listed on my channel for you can reference those from last year, but this year I'm kind of changing it up. Last year I did a lot of zucchinis and cucumbers. This year I'm focusing on tomatoes and pepper plants, as I'm sure you can see if you watch a lot of my shorts. I still am going to do zucchini and cucumber, just not as many as last year. I was literally drowning in cucumbers last year. I was having my fiance take them all to work. So we are going to try to not do that again this year, but if we do, it's all good. So let's just jump right into it on what I'm growing in my garden this year. So I'm growing 3 different varieties of tomato plants. I would like to preface and say I did try to start tomatoes from seed. It did not go good. They sprouted, but they were very leggy, and then they all died. So I cheated, and I did go to my local nursery for all my tomato plants, but that's okay. I like supporting small. So we are gonna grow red grape. We also have Amish paste, and then I do have a Roma tomato. They only had 1 Roma tomato left, so you already know I bought it. I asked the girl if there was any more. She said there was not. They were all bought up. So 1 Roma tomato is just going to have to do in my garden this year. I also am trying out watermelons again this year. As you can see, it's very warm for them, so little mushrooms are going on the bottom of the cup. That is all right. So this year, I'm growing the Sugar Baby variety. I have 2 watermelon plants. Here's my other one. They're very small, but they won't go outside until probably like the end of May. I'm in zone 7A, so it needs to get decently warm outside in order for my watermelons to grow. I am also growing 2 dark green zucchini plants. They are already thriving, just waiting to go outside. Last year, I had such success with my zucchinis. I did have a problem with squash bugs. This year I did buy diatomaceous earth. A lot of people were commenting on my shorts from last year's videos saying if you just sprinkle it at the base of the plant and on the leaves, the squash bugs should go away. So I'm going to try out that method. If you gave that advice, thank you so much. It's very helpful. I'm growing 3 cups of cucumbers, so there'll be 6 cucumber plants all together. These are Boston pickling cucumbers. I grew these last year, and they did so good. I put them on a trellis, and they probably grew to be like 6 feet long. It was actually pretty incredible. I didn't know cucumber plants get that long. This is my 3rd cup of them. They're still pretty small. They're starting to get their 2nd set of leaves in there, which is very nice. And then I'm growing so many varieties of pepper plants. I don't even know. So I have jalapeno. They are turning purple, and I did Google that. It's something to do with the phosphorus. Whenever they get cold and they are stretching for light, they'll turn purple. So my little pepper plants must be pretty cold because they're very purple. I'm also growing cayenne peppers. These ones just started getting their 2nd set of leaves. Again, my pepper plants will probably not go out until the end of May, so I'm hoping they will get a little bit bigger. I'm trying to grow as much as I can from seed, even though I do like supporting my local nursery. It's just fun germinating it from seeds. 1 and 2, it is a lot less money if you can do it by yourself from seed. I wanted to take a short intermission to talk about my partner or sponsor for today's video. It is Koala Eco. I'm very into non-toxic and holistic skincare, healthcare, makeup, all of the things. I want to preface by saying I would not have them sponsor and partner with me if I did not buy them with my own money to support their business. And 3, if this was ridiculously expensive, I would not be talking about it. But they so graciously sent me this hand and body lotion and gave me my own link to support my channel, which I will link down below. Every bottle of lotion does help my channel, helps my garden, which I do greatly appreciate. I love this company. 1, because they use recycled packaging. So when you order a box, it might show up in a different kind of packaging. They reuse corrugate. I absolutely love that because so much corrugate is wasted every single day with all these warehouses. 2nd, they use recycled plastic, and every single bottle that you buy, 1% goes back to the planet. So they will donate something to the planet. And soon it's going to be Earth Day. So we definitely appreciate that. They use all natural, non-toxic ingredients. Their products, I believe I read, are 95 or 98%, 95% naturally derived ingredients, which is super great. I care about what goes in my body. I also care about what goes on my body. Another thing is I'm very, very sensitive to fragrance, and this fragrance is very light. It's a peppermint Australian Rosalina scent. So light peppermint does not give you a headache. Trust me, I'm the queen of headaches. I always have a migraine from fragrance, people spraying stuff out and about. Not this. And it does have a little bit of a cooling effect, I would say. When I put it on the past few nights, I was like, it's kind of like menthol, but it's not like, brr, I'm freezing cold, if that makes any sense. But again, I will link this down below if you want to check it out. This bottle of lotion is $20. It is 500 milliliters, which is 16.9 fluid ounces. This definitely would last you a while. But if you don't want to buy it, no problem. Everyone's got their own personal preferences. I just wanted to shout them out. They are a great company. I personally buy their body wash with my own money. It's amazing. All right, let's get back into, I'm growing a few herbs this year. So I am growing basil. I'm using the Italian large leaf blend. The goal here is to make pesto. We'll see. I'm thinking we're going to do a lot of it fresh, and then I'm going to preserve some of it. I saw if you blend this up or keep it whole, you can put it in olive oil and freeze it. So we're going to try that. Mammoth Long Island dill is another one that I'm growing this year. Last year I made dill pickles. I did not grow the dill myself. I bought it at the grocery store, and my fiance told me it's not as pungent as your friend who makes dill pickles. My friend's mom makes the best dill pickles. I reached out to her, and that is what she uses. So I'm hoping this year my dill pickles will taste just like my best friend's mom's pickles. So we'll see. Last herb I'm growing is Italian flat parsley. We don't necessarily use a lot of fresh parsley whenever we're cooking, but we do use a lot of dried parsley. So the goal here is to grow this and then dehydrate it, and we can have it all winter long. I also am going to be growing English lavender. That is currently in the refrigerator. If you did not know, you are supposed to put your lavender seeds in the refrigerator. It's called cold stratification. It kind of makes them think that they just survived winter. So then whenever you plant them, it's warm and sunny outside, they come to life because they, in their little seed minds, think they just survived winter. Not sure, never grew lavender, but we're gonna grow it together and see how it goes. I believe that is all that I have growing currently, or I am going to grow in my garden. Friday, super, super exciting. I will be posting a short about this. I am going to pick up a Myers lemon tree from a local nursery. They messaged me today on Facebook. They got their delivery. The trees are 2 years old. They are the bush variety of Myers lemon, so I'm picking up one of those. I'm getting a jelly bean blueberry tree and a baby cakes blackberry bush. I'm sorry, I just said blueberry tree. It's a blueberry bush, not tree. And then a baby cakes blackberry bush. My goal this year is to not have a bunch of like flower pots out front. Like a lot of people do like petunias, ferns. That's what I did the last 2 years at our house. I'm not going to do that this year. I'm trying to be more sustainable. We live in an HOA, so it's kind of hard to teeter those waters with the HOA. So I'm just literally going to put these bushes in containers, put little mesh bags on them so birds don't destroy them, and put them outside instead of planting flowers every year and then having to throw them away whenever the frost comes. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. One last thing, I'm going to link this down below. Koala Eco, thank you so much for sending me this in my first ever PR package. I absolutely love it. And I hope to see you guys soon on my next long YouTube video. We'll probably do a garden update on how things are progressing once I start planting them. I will link all of my seeds down below if you would like to check those out. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday.